Hey guys, Harth here again, and I'm finally deciding to split up my quote-unquote PvP commentaries into something more specific. Instead of just labeling this a PvP commentary and rambling on about something completely unrelated, I'm going to name this something else, because I have something I'd like to talk about today, not related to WoW. Kinda related to WoW. That being the game that is coming out next month that I am incredibly excited for. That game, of course, being Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, as anyone who's listened to me for any amount of time knows, I tend to try pretty much every MMO that comes my way because I like MMOs. And SWTOR is, of course, no, I'm gonna stop calling it that. I really have got to stop calling it that. Star Wars: The Old Republic is, of course, another MMO, and I cannot wait to try it. Unfortunately, BioWare did not invite me to any beta. I didn't get invited for any form of testing, and I didn't even get invited to stress test. Which is kind of unfortunate, because I've really been looking forward to trying it out. But what can you do? You can only sign up and hope. And that's what I did, and it didn't work out, so whatever. But nonetheless, still really looking forward to it. And at this point, I don't know what kind of videos will be coming from Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mean, I'm sure I'll do something about it at some point. I mean, you know, depending upon how much I enjoy the PvP commentaries are a very distinct possibility. You know, I've already sort of decided that I'm going to be playing a Sith Marauder, because Sith Marauders are awesome. But really, a lot of the classes really intrigue me, and I'll be sure to try out a lot of stuff. An entire Let's Play of the thing isn't likely, because I've got Skyrim going, and it would just be too much for me to handle, really. I don't have enough space on my hard drive to hold Skyrim and a full Let's Play of Star Wars: The Old Republic. I almost pronounced out the acronym again. Gotta stop doing that. But let's see. I just wanted to take this time to really talk about Star Wars: The Old Republic, and you know what it is and why I'm looking forward to it, and maybe address some other games that are coming out soon. So, first off, I just want to clear this up, because this is something I've mentioned in the past, but no one ever seems to understand it, as I just mess around with things on my desk. The phrase WoW clone is something I want to talk about. The phrase WoW clone is something that very accurately describes Star Wars: The Old Republic. I don't care what you say, it is a WoW clone. There's nothing you can do to dispute that. Star Wars: The Old Republic is most certainly a WoW clone. From everything I've seen and everything I've heard, and from spending like the past 4 days watching Jesse Cox's live stream, I can determine that it feels exactly like WoW. It's a WoW clone. It plays like WoW. But here's what you have to understand. WoW clone is not a negative phrase. Calling a game a WoW clone does not mean anything bad. It just means that it plays like WoW. And really, a hotkey-based MMO at this point in time really should feel like WoW, because that's the best MMO on the market. You know, why wouldn't you want your game that plays like WoW to feel like WoW? Because WoW, after what, 7 years of being in development, of having a very dedicated team working on it, after 7 years they've reached a certain level of polish and an overall feel that those of us who play WoW would expect in another hotkey-based MMO, like Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, and furthermore, it makes sense from a development standpoint. Why would you start from scratch when you have this very strong foundation in how World of Warcraft feels and plays to work on? There's no need to start from scratch when you already have something so huge and successful to work on and improve. There's the key. Improving upon WoW is the key. And it really seems to me like Star Wars The Old Republic has pretty much improved on what... Well, actually, what it's improved on is Rift. Rift took the feel of WoW and improved upon it. And now Star Wars The Old Republic has taken Rift and improved upon that. So... But, well, I mean, there are other things to say about Star Wars The Old Republic. Most notably coming from people who are... I don't want to say that. Okay, I'm just going to be upfront about it. I'm not looking forward to Guild Wars 2. I'm not looking forward to Guild Wars 2, and there is one major... Actually, there's more than one reason why. But one of the major reasons I'm not looking forward to Guild Wars 2 is the community. Because the community for Guild Wars 2, more so than any other MMO I've ever seen, just acts so negative towards any other game that isn't Guild Wars 2, whether it be WoW or Star Wars or anything. And I don't like that. And it's not just on YouTube either, it's everywhere. But YouTube is a prime example of a lot of stupid things. But I remember when I did that commentary a few months ago, right around Gamescom, I think, when I said that, and I quote, Guild Wars 2 looks good, but it isn't my thing. I got raged at by a bunch of Guild Wars 2 fanboys for not saying that I was excited for it. And that's just not the kind of thing I want to deal with in a game. And community is a very important part of MMOs, obviously, because they're massively multiplayer online games. And because of that, and a few other things, which I'm not going to go into at this time, because, well, this commentary is about Star Wars, not Guild Wars. I'm more looking forward to Star Wars at this point than I am Guild Wars. That was one hell of a tangent. I'm not even quite sure how I got on that tangent, but okay. So, let's see, we've covered the whole WoW clone thing. I mean, I can go on forever about that. And, in fact, if you wait a day or two after this commentary uploads, I'll probably have something on my blog about it, if you wish me to go in detail, which, yeah, I'm going to be doing anyway, but, you know, whatever. Let's see, what else do I want to say specifically about Star Wars The Old Republic? From everything I've seen, if you're curious about it, I mean, I haven't played, but I've seen a lot of it played in the past couple of days since the NDA got lifted. If you're thinking about it, but you're not sure if you want to or not, if you're playing WoW at the moment and you're really enjoying WoW, and you're more interested in just playing an MMO than you are, like, dealing with a story, then I'd just say stick to WoW. But if you're looking for a game, specifically an MMO, that feels like WoW, because you like the way WoW feels, or if you're just looking for something that has a really awesome story, then I would really recommend you look into Star Wars The Old Republic if you're not already. Because, I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it definitely helps if you're a Star Wars fan like I am. But all I can say is that it's probably going to consume more of my time than any game this year, Skyrim included. And that's saying something if I do say so myself. But I mean, yeah, just to be honest, if you're already playing WoW and you're really happy with WoW, I mean, you're not going to quit WoW to play Star Wars. But, I mean, I'll be playing both, so, you know, don't worry about that. I'll be playing both, and I'm probably going to be enjoying both immensely. But that's because I like hotkey-based MMOs. I'm not bored of it yet. I like it, so I'll be playing it. But I guess one of the other things I like is just, well, okay, I'm going to be honest, maybe everything I'm saying about Star Wars is a bit biased because Knights of the Old Republic is still my favorite RPG ever and one of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah, you could say I'm a little bit biased. But, you know, what can you do? Nothing is going to be purely bias-free. Let's see. This game is coming. This commentary is coming to a close. I've sort of run out of things to ramble about. But yeah, Star Wars videos, high possibility, I guess. I guess I'll keep Fraps on at all times in case I need to record something, but I'm probably not going to be recording much. I mean, I'll do PvP commentaries, more than likely, if I enjoy the PvP. But I can't really tell until I get a chance to play it. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you have any suggestions for something you would like to see out of Star Wars videos, then feel free to comment below. I'm taking any and all suggestions. So that'll about wrap this up. I'm really excited for Star Wars, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.